Every single day, we find ourselves being pulled in so many directions, all because we're hooked on technology. From the moment we wake up, we start to browse through one app or the other. It's like we're forever plugged into the world, work stuff, chatting with our bodies and keeping up with family. And you know what comes with all this increased tech connection? A constant stream of problems and anxieties that can hit us at any time. Keep watching to find out how to remain present in this stream of chaos. But before we begin, I urge you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Also, make sure that you click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on more helpful videos like this. The gadget pandemic. The thing about technology is that the more we dive into these gadgets that are supposed to make life easier, the more we kind of float away from being truly here and now. It's like we're slowly disconnecting from the real deal, our actual lives, this very moment. So how on earth do we keep our focus on the present when it feels like there's always something popping up? Now the Stoics, those ancient wisdom dudes, totally got how easy it is to waste time and forget about what really matters. Seneca, one of these Stoic thinkers, even wrote this essay called On the Shortness of Life. In that piece, he breaks down just how much we throw away our most precious possessions, time. It's like he's giving us a heads up about not letting life slip through our fingers while we're busy with everything else. According to Seneca, it's not really about time being short. It's more about how much of it we waste. Life actually gives us a pretty decent stretch to work with, long enough to pull off some seriously awesome stuff if we play our cards right. But you know how it goes. If we blow it all on luxury and not give a care, if we don't put it to good use, then one day we wake up and realize it's all gone. Life has a tendency to slip by without us even noticing. The life package we get isn't a one-size-fits-all short deal. We're the ones who make it short by not using it well. Think back on the past few days. Are there any moments you wasted? We should all raise our hands at this point because everyone is guilty as charged. It's cool to not always be super intense about life, to sometimes spend time on stuff that might not push us directly toward our big goals. We need those breather moments to grow, to have some fun and distractions. But it's when these things go overboard when they start keeping us away from the good life, the one based on reason and doing the right thing. That's when we have to shake things up. When we're tackling tasks and really getting into the groove of the moment, it's important to zone in and keep those distractions at bay. You know those times when you're totally in the zone? Yeah, that's the sweet spot we're talking about when it comes to presence. It's all about putting in that consistent effort to chase after our goals, to make our lives match up with what we're dreaming of. And guess what? Every single minute in these moments counts. Let's not forget how awesome it is to even have these moments in the first place. We're here, and that's something to appreciate. We're lucky ducks to be alive and kicking. None of us really know how much time we've got. So how we act, how we dive into what we're doing, that's the secret sauce to living a kick-butt life. Even the wise Marcus Aurelius had to give himself a pep talk in his book Meditations, reminding himself to give everything a purpose. His main mission in life was about seizing the moment and giving it his all. And that's the vibe we should all be aiming for too. You know, when we're not really present or putting purpose into what we do, it's like we're missing out on something big. We're holding back the best parts of ourselves that could have made whatever we're currently doing way better. Time just keeps going, no matter how hard we try to slow it down. We can't buy extra time in the end, so we better get cozy with the here and now and really get into it. Seneca particularly got it right in his On the Shortness of Life. Life's all about these fleeting moments, and we gotta jump on them before they slip away. Ever heard of the Dutch philosopher Baruch Spinoza? He believed deep down we all want to become who we're meant to be. And the closer we get to that, the more we do stuff that really lines up with who we are, the happier and more satisfied we'll feel. Spinoza was into Stoicism to some extent, which is all about being your best self and aiming for virtue. Unlocking your potential with Stoicism. The main idea behind Stoicism is about living up to your full potential, and that's where true fulfillment comes in. Following the ways of the Stoics, our main goal in life is to live virtuously. This means syncing up with nature and embracing basic concepts of Stoicism like prudence, justice, temperance, and fortitude. However, if we can't focus on the present moment and our true selves, we won't make the most of our time. That's why it's crucial to give our actions purpose and clear intent. From the basics of Stoicism, we learn to be content with balance. We aim to better ourselves while resisting internal solid desires. In his writings, Marcus Aurelius underlines the importance of letting go of certain pleasures to grow and be less attached. And there's an interesting recent take by Caleb Ontiveros on something called dopamine fasting, which is definitely worth pondering. Think about addictive behaviors that are holding you back from your goals. Set aside time from an hour to a day to strategically fast from compulsive behaviors. Set time aside to strategically feast and enjoy the same behaviors. The Stoics use this neat trick to rein in their desires. It is a kind of power move to stay composed and present. Remember, it's absolutely fine not to respond immediately to texts or notifications. The world can hold on for a bit. Our resilience outweighs these external distractions by far. Lean into self-reliance. As we're shaped by the people around us, it's cool to realize it's totally fine to hang out alone sometimes, just with our own thoughts and quiet. And we can always get used to being okay with that quiet. The truth is, we can figure out how to make a good, comfy life from inside ourselves. Things on the outside can't do that for us, even though it might seem like it. It all kicks off with how we see things. We need to be cool with quiet times without our phones beeping all the time. It may be a little weird at first, sitting there with zero noise, doing nothing and just existing. But does that mean it's bad? Not at all. Getting the hang of finding peace in the daily hustle is the key to presence. While everyone else is hustling and bustling, going every which way, we can tap into our inner superpowers to really focus and excel at whatever we're up to. The big idea is dodging the stuff that usually drags us away from the now and getting totally zen with the calm. When we dive into this calm state, our creative juices start flowing as if from a tap, with no distractions or daily dramas holding us back. Thoughts come and go without a hitch. We start chasing the stuff that's so us. We naturally tune into the world, think things through, and groove with nature. So, embracing this mellow vibe lets imagination do its thing, no chains from distractions or daily dilemmas. Our ideas roam free, syncing up with who we are deep down. That's when we can just roll with life's rhythm, observing and vibing with the world. Focus on what you want to see. Seneca reminds us constantly that where we put our attention is critical to our happiness and success. Running in multiple directions often leads to nothing being accomplished, and the ease of burnout creeps in. Focusing our attention and being present to decide where and when we will focus on something is the key. We can become more effective, better focused, and ultimately much happier. This means choosing what we want to focus on, saying no rather than yes to things, being comfortable with ourselves, our decisions, and the actions we pursue with our time. We have the ability to do more by doing less. We must find ways to allow the silence to speak to us. It is about quality, not quantity. We have control over ourselves and our own actions. From this, we can find peace. It means that we don't need other things to form a happy life. As Marcus reminds himself in Meditations, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. We must listen to ourselves, to that inner voice that directs us towards the tasks which truly call for our attention. We can enjoy the present moment more if we can fully embrace it. Our actions remain under our control. We hold the power to pick what captures our focus. The moment you start choosing to live in the present moment, nothing will be able to disturb you. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on your post notification so that you can get to see more helpful videos like this.